figured
There's
I'd make
construction ahead.
Oh, great. I figured I'd make this video while I'm driving a little bit slower coming back from TX2K. I've been going to TX2K since it was in Houston, since it's been in Dallas. I typically try not to miss it every year. I also go to FL2K. I go to a lot of bigger events. I haven't been to FL2K in a few years, mainly because of the nightlife and the unorganized events. There's just not anybody taking charge there, so I just don't go to FL2K anymore. It's a lot of money and time and resources to go down there for a bunch of people getting ran out by cops every night. So I want to make this video today to kind of tell you guys a little bit about TX2K in Dallas in 2026. I can honestly say, from my standpoint, this is my opinion and my standpoint only, that TX2K in 2025 was one of the absolute best years I've ever had. Now, other years had really good sanctioned events that were, you pay $30 to $50 to get your vehicle in, or as a spectator to get in. Those events were amazing, okay? But as far as a whole, last year in Dallas was one of the best years I have ever had. I got to go to a lot of meets, the track. I got to meet a lot of people. I had zero issues with cops. It was a great experience, and I want to congratulate all the people that did put on the things that went on last year, because they did a wonderful job. Zero complaints from me. Definitely one of the best years. That will go down in history as the best year for me, is 2025 at TX2K in Dallas, okay? 2026 is a whole nother story. And this is going to be my opinion only. Please understand, I'm only making this video because I am one person. I'm a minnow in a sea of sharks, okay? So I am not the only person that feels this way, but I'm also, this is my perspective. Other people can feel totally different, and that's totally fine with me, because everyone is entitled to their opinion, and there's always different perspectives of everything. So not because I didn't go to a certain area means that my time may not have been as fun. So I want to tell you guys what I planned for this year and what I did to save myself a lot of what I saw last year that could potentially be a hazard. I knew last year that if I stayed anywhere near the track, I was guaranteed to be harassed by the police. It was going on nonstop last year. If you had a beadlock, a camera, a sticker, a parachute on your car, you were automatically getting harassed if you were anywhere near the track, okay? That is a 100% fact. That everybody will agree with me on that, okay? So I stayed on the south side of Dallas in DeSoto because the crime rate was low. It's 20 minutes north of the track. It's on the south side of Dallas. So anywhere we went, we were kind of strategically placed to be able to go somewhere and it not take a lot of time. Because one thing that I will tell you that a lot of people are complaining about this year and last year was every time they wanted to go somewhere in Dallas, Fort Worth, anywhere near the track, it was a 45 to an hour long drive everywhere. And sometimes it was in the opposite directions, okay? So this year was exactly the same. Every time we wanted to go to a meet or something with nightlife or anything that had to do with that, it was a minimum of 45 minutes to an hour drive. And you could go in the wrong direction. You could head towards Fort Worth. The next thing will be on the east side of Dallas, and you're driving an hour in the opposite direction, okay? The worst in Dallas is during rush hour. I thought we had bad traffic in Indianapolis, nothing compared to Dallas. So I just want to make this video for everybody to understand. I went into this thinking it was going to be like last year. This year was nothing like last year. And a lot of people are going to get on my comments. I already know you're ready for it, and I'm prepared, okay? get in my comments and say, well, you weren't with the right people. You didn't get in the right groups. You didn't get in the right chats. I had a blast. Great for you. I think that is amazing that you had a wonderful time. But I'm going to tell you, the people that we had down there, probably close to about 50 to 70 people I personally know from all different necks of the woods. I'm talking Chicago, St. Louis, Florida, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, Michigan. We had everybody from every state with every different vehicle in all different situations of staying in different hotels throughout the whole entire city. And I can tell you, every person that I've talked to today has pretty much assured me that they had the exact same experience that I had, okay? A lot of them were fed up with driving all over the city. As soon as you would get there, the meat was not allowed to be there. They didn't have permission. Nobody knew anything. They didn't have permits, and they would get broken up. Imagine driving 1 hour to somewhere to get told that you have to leave. Then another hour to another place to be told that you have to leave by the police again. Then to drive another hour in the opposite direction, an hour and a half from your hotel, to be told, oh no, you guys need to leave. You're not wanted here. Get out of our town, okay? Ethanol is not cheap. It is not a cheap vehicle for any of us. All of us drive vehicles that are not good on gas. So my experience as a whole was driving around every single night for a minimum of 5 hours, trying to find somewhere that I felt safe, comfortable, I could film cars, but that did not happen. I mean, as soon as I would get there, I would have to jump out of the car and be on my A game to film these cars as fast as possible. I did not get to talk to anybody about their cars. I didn't get to really get up close and, go over the details of mods and everything like that, because I didn't have the time. The cops would show up and kick us out of every place we were at. Now, the worst part is all of our guys from Chicago, guys from St. Louis, different necks of the woods, a lot of them got arrested. A lot of them, their cars got impounded. So even one of our guys got their cars impounded. So this isn't just me telling you opinions or anything like that. Ahead. This is factual information that did happen. For some weird reason, a lot of people did not believe me when I told them that if you go to the track or you go to places and you're from out of state and you don't have a front plate on your car, they're going to cite you and they are going to pull you over for it. People are like, they can't do that. Well, let me tell you, they did. And they cited us and they impounded our car. So I'm going to tell you this. Texas is not playing when it comes to cars like ours. They do not want us there. They flat out told everyone that was in our group, we do not want your kind here. Tell all your friends, we don't want you here. Do not come back. We don't like you. So they told us that. And I respect them for doing that. But there's a time and a place for harassing people because of the way their car looks. We weren't doing anything besides pumping gas. We didn't do anything wrong. Some of us like to come here and just film the cool cars. Doesn't mean we're out here doing takeovers. Doesn't mean we're out here committing crimes or felonies. We're out here trying to have a good time and be respectable adults. We literally were driving 40 miles an hour to go get our food. We get pulled over for having no front plate. We get our car impounded because of it. That is not normal behavior from a police officer. The way I understand it, the police are here to protect and to serve us. Their whole entire salary is paid by us. Why are you literally sitting here and doing what you're doing to us when we pay your salary, okay? Why is it okay to sit here and harass people for not having a front plate when you got behind the car and saw it was an Indiana plate? Now here's where it gets real tricky, and I'm sorry to drag this video out, but I'm a little bit upset, okay? Then they proceed to tell us how Indiana's BMV doesn't communicate with Texas BMV. Is that our problem? No! We have a plate on the front of our car that is legit, or on the, I apologize, the rear of our car that is legit. I got pulled over for my plate on the back of my car because they said it came back expired. How the hell would I have a registration? How would I have a plate on my car if it was expired? The state of Indiana is not going to send you a plate, and they're not going to send you a tag and a registration if you don't pay it. And I explained that to the officer. Luckily, he was a very nice person. Congratulations to you, because you're the only one that was actually respectable. I don't know who you are. I wish I would have got your name. I didn't even film him. I should have done that. Now, where I was an idiot, I did not film the whole entire thing that happened when I got pulled over in my buddy's car. They took his car, and they were extremely rude. And I don't think that it's okay for people to treat people differently because of what type of car you drive. I can guarantee you, if we would have been driving a Toyota Corolla, they would have never pulled us over. But because they saw a car on a beadlock, they thought, ooh, prime candidate, let's get them out of here. Oh, and they're from Indiana. Let's make sure they tell all their buddies so they never come back. I just feel like you're really profiling us because of what kind of car we drive. That is ridiculous. And if you want people to come back and spend money with your restaurants, your hotels, with your state and city to begin with, stop running us out of there. Because guys like me that are in our 40s, that are respectable human beings that come down here to have a great time, we're the ones that are paying the money. Not the young kids that are out terrorizing the streets and doing the stupid shit that they do. Those aren't the ones that are paying everything. It's us. And you're running us out because we don't feel safe and because we don't feel comfortable coming back to your city. I go to a lot of cities throughout the year, and none of them have disrespected me as much as Dallas did this year. So I can tell you right now, Dallas, you have really, I can't cuss on here because I'll get in trouble on YouTube, but you've really screwed the pooch on this deal. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I've already talked to my guys from Chicago. I've already talked to my guys from Fort Wayne. I've already talked to my people from Florida. I've already talked to everybody else. And you know what they all tell me? We're all in agreement. We're probably not going to come back to TX2K next year. So if you lose 60%, let's say, of the people that usually come, what is that going to do for your hotel revenue? What is that going to do for the people that are over there eating food every single day? Because we got to eat while we're there. I mean, I was eating all the time while I was there because I got nowhere else to go. What is that going to do for the revenue for Dallas? And it's not right to treat us differently because we're from out of state. Now, I don't know if they treat people differently that are in state. I don't know, but I can tell you this much. At my hotel, plenty of people from Texas at the hotel, and they all had Mickey Thompson tires on the back of their car, okay? So, why do they get to drive around with a Mickey Thompson, but we can't? Seems a little suspect. And I'll also tell you what my buddy got pulled over for. They got him with 3 citations and impounded the car. First citation was for not having a front plate, even though we live in Indiana. The second citation was for his tires, which are Mickey Thompson's. Funny thing is, those Mickey Thompsons are sold at Summit Racing, which is 22 minutes away from our hotel. So you can't say that we ordered them online. They have them at Summit right by our hotel. So obviously everybody in Texas has them on their cars. They're DOT approved, they're street legal radios. So you can't get us on that. Number 3, they got him for his insurance because he didn't give him enough time, or me enough time, to call State Farm and show them that everything on the policy number he gave them was correct, because he said no matter if we showed him the policy number or not, their system does not communicate with Indiana's system to show that the insurance is valid. So no matter what we did, it wasn't going to make him happy. We did have to print off all the declaration pages of everything so that we could get the car out of impound, because they weren't going to let us have the car out of impound without the declaration pages showing every single thing on the car before we could get it out of impound, which took about 2-3 hours of that. We lost about 5 hours of our day, because once the car got impounded that day, we had to walk all the way back to our hotel. Let me tell you what degree it was that day. It was 93 degrees, and I walked all the way from where we got impounded back to our hotel. So I did not get any I'm sorry or apologies from anyone except for a very nice officer pulled into our hotel when we walked back. He actually came up and apologized for the actions of others, and I appreciate that. The DeSoto police were absolutely amazing every day I was there. They stopped by our hotel multiple times. They had a guy that was a hit and run, asked me if I saw him. Very, very professional people. Now, this particular officer was part of a task force that pulled us over It was not professional at all. And I really want to say that this guy does not need to be on the streets, because that one officer ruined it for me and for ever wanting to come back. No matter how many nice people you have, I've learned, it only takes one to ruin it, and he ruined it. For me, for my other buddy. I mean, he cost him a lot of money in citations and a tow and everything. That was unneeded, and we lost 5 to 6 hours of our day having to deal with it. So I'm only making this video, and I'm sorry to sit here and ramble on and ramble on and ramble on, but unfortunately, this is the reality of Dallas now. I think it's going to be a lot to get me to come back. It will probably take an apology from the officer and maybe a business card from him saying that they won't harass me next year. But I'm going to tell you this, it's already lit a fire underneath a lot of people on Facebook. I don't know why it's became so viral, but unfortunately, Dallas, you are the one that is doing this because you allow these people to harass us. So if you want things to be better, do better. That's all we're asking. Do better. Treat people the same. No matter what kind of car they drive, treat them with respect, because we're all here spending money in your city. Don't treat us differently because of the way we look, what kind of car we drive. I mean, no offense, but that's not the way you should conduct yourself in a professional manner. You should treat everybody accordingly and the same, and your job is to protect and to serve us, not to harass us. So please do better. I just want to let you guys know about my whole entire episode, and every day I'm probably going to make another one of these to tell you exactly what's happened every single night. But this will be the one to tell you guys because of how bad it was at this year for TX2K. I just want to let you guys know my thoughts and exactly what happened to me. Thank you guys for listening.